Hello and welcome to the Webcast for Monday, October 20th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Skies are mostly clear this morning with just some patchy fog right at some of the beaches, but overall we are heading for another sunny and very nice day across the region today. Here's a look at today's forecast highs. We're continuing the warming trend that we've been on. Most valleys will rise into the 80s today, with even some upper 80s possible across the warmest valleys of Southern California. Minimum humidity will remain mainly between 15 and 30% today, and winds will be light overall. So overall, just another very nice fall California day, and we can expect another very similar day tomorrow as weak high pressure remains in control. We see some big changes on Wednesday. Our area of high pressure will give way to a cutoff low moving in from the southwest off the Pacific. But as cutoff lows go, it's going to be a pretty quick moving one by the time it gets to us, and by Thursday we'll already have weak high pressure building back into the region. So Wednesday is definitely the odd day out for this work week. We'll see temperatures plummet with valley highs dropping all the way into the upper 60s to mid-70s. Humidity will increase mainly above 30%, and there will be an uptick in onshore flow. We'll have some rain chances as well. Scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms will move across the entire region from late Tuesday evening through Wednesday night. However, this cutoff low does not have a lot of moisture associated with it, and while showers will be possible everywhere on Wednesday, most locations will receive little or no rainfall. The main exception will be across some mountain areas, especially the Sierra, where locally up to half an inch of rain is possible. But again, Wednesday is the exception. We'll start to warm back up and dry out on Thursday, and by Friday we'll see highs well up into the 70s and 80s for most of the region as very nice weather returns. We see more changes by this weekend as a strong trough of low pressure looks to move into the west coast. The Climate Prediction Center has been aggressively forecasting high potential for above normal rainfall towards the upcoming weekend. However, last week's storm notwithstanding, it's generally pretty hard to get significant rainfall into central and especially southern California this early in the season. And I think this next storm is going to follow the more typical pattern we see this time of year. We will see a renewed cooling and moistening trend for the weekend, but while heavy precipitation is likely to our north, our region will likely remain mostly dry. Some light showers look possible mainly from a Monterey-Fresno County line northward, but overall this weekend system likely won't be a big deal for us. One thing we will see is a big uptick in onshore flow, and southwest to northwest winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts to 50 miles per hour will surface across the mountain ridges and desert passes over the weekend. Dead fuel moistures have been on falling trends since last week's storm. Those trends will continue through Tuesday, then start to level out and reverse as multiple shots of moisture move through over the rest of the week. And of course, this time of year, more important than the dead fuel moisture itself is the ratio of dead to live fuel. Green-up is well underway across much of the region, but we're still evaluating the impacts of last week's storm, especially over Southern California, to see just where we're at with fuel conditions and fire potential as we head further into the fall. But in the meantime, with last week's moisture still not far removed, and with no impactful fire weather expected this week, large fire potential will remain very low, at least into early next week. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Tuesday, October 21st.